Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to Talking Shit with your boy Sophisticated Jerk, and I got M3 in the building today.
Yo, yo.
Yeah, so I got some good clips, man, for us to, kind of review and stuff. So let me go ahead and for the first one, we're gonna review this one clip. It's of this Bellevue pimp. He was recently sentenced to 35 years for human trafficking after boasting on social media. He goes by the name of Triple C Cash Chasen said. But his real name is Cedric Dorsey II. So, yeah, let me go ahead and pull this up. Let's see what this is about. Oh, Wally done pulled up. So, what's good, Wally? I'm about to pull up this clip of this pimp.
All right, what's good?
That got 35 years for trafficking, man. So, let's go ahead and pull this up and break it down.
Yeah, Molly and Preston, Bellevue police say this all started out as a routine patrol call where a couple of officers thought something didn't quite look right. That led to prosecutors saying they were able to take down a vicious pimp who was abusing a woman and selling her for sex work while keeping the money for himself.
So trying to tell me leave alone?
On social media,
It's trying to tell me leave money alone.
Cedric Dorsey painted himself as a pimp
Why I'm a pimp.
with money, swagger, and influence.
SCCC 333.
But investigators say his lifestyle was built by forced sex work as Dorsey trafficked a woman into prostitution in Seattle, Bellevue, Kent, and Las Vegas. It all came undone in 2024 when Bellevue police responded to a domestic violence call involving Dorsey and his victim.
Damn, my man, visible as hell on social media.
Okay, so he's a dumb pimp of today's world. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me get back to the video and then we'll jump in there. But my man laced in the Versace and stuff. got the chopper. So my man definitely
listen to what that victim was telling them and realize things weren't just adding up for her and what she was saying and that she was in a very dangerous situation.
Bellevue Police Major Ellen Inman says patrol officers noticed signs of trafficking and called detectives.
When you ask them questions, they're answering repeatedly in these kind of scripted or answers that sound like they're rehearsed. When they served the search warrant on his premise, they recovered $12,000 in cash, along with those 3 firearms, one of which was stolen and a banned firearm.
King County prosecutors hit Dorsey with charges of human trafficking, promoting prostitution, and unlawful possession of a firearm.
We see very significant violence, strangulation, beatings, assaults.
Prosecutor Brayla McGinnis tried Dorsey's case where his own social media posts were used as evidence, including this one about the 304 oath, where prostitutes promise not to cooperate with police and say they aren't victims.
One of the biggest rules of the game is not to talk to police. It is that idea of selling the dream, right? Saying, I have these nice things. If you come with me, you can have all of this, right? And when you're talking to someone who has had a very...
Damn, my man was trying to be, hold on, let me... Wait, you got a rap video out too?
rough upbringing or a very troubled life, that's the vulnerability that they exploit.
That's the way I look at social media and the use of different ways that people advertise their criminal activity, is that if you make it available for the Bellevue Police Department in this case to access and use as part of our lawful investigation, then that's what we will do.
After being found guilty at trial this spring, Dorsey is now starting a 35-year prison sentence.
We were able to take a very dangerous criminal off the street and hold him accountable for his actions.
Now, local and state officials have been really trying to get a handle on this issue of illegal sex work. And one of the proposals supported by the King County Prosecuting Attorney's Office was a bill earlier this year in the legislature that would have increased the penalty for those who are buying sex work, the Johns in this case. But that bill did not make it out of committee this year. Reporting live in Seattle, Jeremy Harris, Como News.
Yeah, that's funny how they call them Johns. I mean, so the Johns was out there buying it. Damn, 35 years. Do y'all think he deserves the whole 35?
Depends how much buys of females where he's pimping.
No, he deserves every bit of it. You don't just pimp and then you put on social media bragging about it. You know what I mean? You just set yourself up for jail time. So he don't get 35 years like for what he's doing. You know, he get 35 years for just stupidity. That's how I look at it. That ain't pimping, player.
Yeah, you would think, man, like if you're doing something illegal, man, you ain't advertising it. But I think they were saying he was forcing people into that, so I think that's where he got hit too. It sounded like he would, what they got him with the trafficking and stuff. So yeah, I definitely think he deserved all that 35. Like you said, a mixture of stupidity and you forcing people into that lifestyle. Then yeah, you definitely deserve all that time. But man, do y'all think people like addicted to social media? Because like it seems like a lot of criminals are getting caught these days, man, posting on social media.
It's called the modern day idiot. Because again, like you never seen no pimp flex on social media like this. Only that they get caught. Like y'all do know from every other crime scene of every other doofus, this is how they get caught. Always running their mouth on social media.
Yeah, he had the money, the guns, so it's not like he could lie. And he was literally like, "Man, I'm pimping and stuff." So yeah, he, like the lady said, she was like, "We was able to use his social media to build our case up." Shit. But do y'all think, man? Because I remember I was thinking about this clip when I first seen it, and I know back in the day, man, everybody used to glorify pimping. Do y'all think that's kind of has some? Some I guess influence on people trying to pimp because of like the image that we promoted. Like I'll say definitely my age group. I'm 46.
Right? I mean, yeah, but you gotta think about it, though, right? Like when you see other pimps pimp, they like you don't see the way that this dude was going about it. So no.
But you don't think there's some like society, like we glamorized it? Yeah, that's what the word I was trying to find.
You can glamorize it and then be like, oh yeah, go out. I'm gonna go out there and go be a pimp. But the thing is, the things that you did amongst being the pimp, nah, they didn't glamorize that part. They didn't glamorize that one.
Wally, so you saying he a fraud out here, huh?
He a fraud because the way how he treated the women. Because let's be honest, you never hear a pimp do it like that per se. You're a pimp, be a pimp, but he never did it like that. You feel me? Like that's the difference.
M3, you grow up like around Oakland in the Bay Area. Y'all like invented pimping out there. I think that's like the cradle of civilization for pimping.
Yeah, but see, like that guy is a novice. Like what he was doing, like that is not the art of pimping at all. Like, okay, if I could just break it down, right? Okay, what a authentic pimp is supposed to be, right? Of course, kids, if you are watching this channel, I mean, unfortunately for you, I'm sorry, but I'm just
this ain't fucking Sesame Street. Go outside.
But no, the art of pimping is basically okay. You do what you do like for a means to survive, but the way how you take care of your women, I'm just going to talk about that aspect. A true pimp is not using women for like any trafficking, like like sex trafficking or any sexual, like SA or whatever type of stuff. Like when you have like your 3 or 4 that's lined up, yeah, like they're like your employees, but it's your job as the pimp to take care of them. You know what I mean? Meaning that, okay, if they ever get into a situation, your job is basically to use that tool against those men who is trying to grape or do some heinous type of activities during the sexual intercourse. So, but what he was doing, when y'all guys was talking about like the whole sex trafficking stuff or whatever, that is like some like that sounds like some off the country type of stuff. Because here, like, we don't do that around here, and of course, with the whole social media thing, of course, back in our era, like, there was like no social media, but still people usually keep that stuff in a low key. The pride of being like an authentic pimp is that you know who you are, and only your community knows, but everyone else around does not know who you are. So it's kind of like you playing like kind of like that charade where it's like, hey, maybe I'm a churchgoer, or like, I'm the sweetest guy in the world, but behind the scenes, I'm doing whatever I'm doing out in the streets. If that makes sense.
No,
Be discreet.
so okay. So it's like you said, the people, the women that fall under a pimp, like,
Yeah.
I guess like in your area, they were already doing that, and he's like offering protection and
just
stuff like
central.
that. And then
Yeah.
they incognito, they ain't super flashy, they ain't jumping on no stuff and announcing that they are. Yeah, my boy, he might as well walk in the police station and be like, "Hey man, I'm a pimp. I'm doing all kind of illegal shit. Check out my social media." Yeah.
Right. Oh, and one last thing. And one of the requirements for even, becoming like a pimp's like 3 or 4, you gotta definitely make sure like, you have like a, like a messed up childhood, no father in the home or whatever, and whatever the case is.
Goddamn!
Stable.
You said some trauma. You gotta have some trauma.
That's like are you pimping?
Yeah, M3 broke this down a little too good. What's going on? Ain't my man too short from out y'all way?
Yeah, too short. Yeah, too short from like Oakland, but I'm for sure he's probably somewhere in like Vallejo. But yeah, like and I put it like this. One of my cousins like did a little bit of pimping, and yeah, I'm saying I'm snitching, and fuck, I don't care.
My man got his toothpick. He be like, I'm gonna fuck him 3 up. He probably got on his velvet hat. He like, look, I'm gonna fuck him 3 up.
You want me to tell my business, okay? I'm gonna change that.
Don't say his name. Don't say his name.
No. I'm not gonna say his name or whatever, right? But no, but we did house a 3 or 4 a couple of times, and her child as well too. So yeah, I remember those days when I was on a date with someone, and that 3 or 4 came to the knock on the window, like, "Hey cousin, how you doing?" I was like, "Good. Get the hell out." Anyway, stuff, but I'll just say allegedly.
But it sounds like they, like good. I think they cracking down on the laws, and rightfully so, man. It sounds like the laws are changing, man, especially with the traffic and stuff. Like, do y'all think people need to stay away from this type of stuff? Like I said, I know it used to be glamorized, and everybody wanted to be a pimp, but this is like, man, it looked like you don't even need to go down that lane. Don't do it, because it looked like states and cities ain't playing around no more. In Vegas, isn't it legal out there or something like that?
Oh, that part I'm not for sure, but I'll just say like the problem is like with the colored community, like we kind of like we do like glorify like that type of stuff because we feel like that's what I guess it depends like on your surroundings and who you choose, right? So if you're fixated on like the hood chicks, you're going to be doing some type of criminal jabbar type of activity to try to impress these like chicks. You know what I mean? But if you're like, like, I don't know, like me or whatever, that actually has some common sense and want to choose better, quality women, then that type of stuff won't really be glorified. But for whatever reason, that's portrayed as masculinity for some.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Yeah, because I had to think back, man, and it, everybody did pretty much was calling themselves pimps and stuff. Yeah, I'm guilty of it too. So that's what I'm saying. I think maybe that's why, like, that guy, he seemed like, not trying to say blaming on the younger culture, but it seemed like he just had that mindset, like he just wanted to say it and just doing all the stupid illegal shit with it, so definitely got himself caught up. But when I saw them years, I was like, damn.
The 3-piece suit. You was wearing a 3-piece suit and the little rounded hat too, Jerk?
Yeah. No, I mean, I was, we would just say the slang and shit, but I mean, okay. I never wanted to be a pimp because, like I said, I was like, man, trying to deal with females' emotions and shit. I'm like, oh hell no, I don't see how nobody would be doing that, chasing people down. So yeah, nah, that ain't my thing. I was like, man, I'll go out here and work. I'll hustle another way. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Yeah, I ain't got no patience for people like that. So I was like, that ain't my lane.